Hi there, this is Sam Tolbert from Sound of Joy Music Services, giving you a lesson on testimony songs of old time, we used to call oldie but goodie song. I've got a feeling everything's going to be alright. Now with a testimony song, you really don't have a set key to start in. Depending upon who stands up and starts the song determines what key it's going to be in. Traditional keys would revolve around the E flat, the G, or the A flat. So I'm going to give you a quick lesson in each of those keys. Alright, so in the key of E flat, that's your basic melody. E flat, C, B flat, back to the E flat. Now there's that climb, which is the E flat, the G, and the B flat. A pentatonic scale basically. And then it resolves to the C minor chord. So you got your climb, and you resolve into that C minor chord. Now, there, because you started off kind of in melody, now you're in three-part harmony. Now these resolution type chords, which I like to call them, they take you from one area of a chord to the next. So when you're in that C minor, you want to resolve to the A flat, to the B flat, or to the 4/5, some might say, back to the E flat. So let's try that with a little bit of syncopation and with a drum pattern in the back. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Eddie and. So you see now how you take the very basic melody, the climb, resolve into the C minor chord, and you want to come out of it with the 4, 5, and then back to the 1 or the root chord, which is E flat. Now I made it look easy because I've done it for so many years, but it's one of those things that you have to work on your chord structures, work on your runs, and of course, as I always teach, on your scale, so that you will know that that's a pentatonic scale, and that's where your notes are found. Okay, using my simulated Hammond B3 sound, got a little bit of a rasp in it to give you that down home sound. So let's now take it back through that sequence. I'm going to slow our drum pattern down just a tad, so I can slow down what we're doing. Here we go, and I've added a lot while I was playing to give you the concept of starting off first with a bass for your melody, a bass for your chords, and then as you gradually build the song, you add like the runs, and you add the syncopated chords, and then you of course finish it off with that final climb. You have that stretch. Alright, that was in E flat. Now, if we go to G, which I said is another alternate chord, it depends upon who starts the song. Traditionally, you get E flat. G will be the next traditional sound where they started. Now, with G, you're dealing with basically these keys, of course, with the F sharp. One of my favorite keys to be in at times for certain songs. Same melody, different key. Now, of course, that E above middle C, people are not going to go that high and sing. So, depending upon who's leading the song, they may start it down here. Now, as a musician, you want to be able to have chords that not really muddy there in the middle. So you're looking to sort of bring it out some more. So now you may go switch around. And these are running patterns that I practice. You hear me slow it down. First one, second one, and then the out chord. Tritone. As you see, I throw in a run. And of course, the climb chord sort of gets you out of from where you are. Again, so much of this is just practicing, where you can just sit and try different runs, different chords with a familiar type of song. Finally, up to A flat, which may be traditional for, depending upon who's again leading the song. Same melody, or now you see I'm doing very traditional chords, seventh basically, which is that 7. Because a lot of the chords that you're learning today are nice, but it's good to know what the original traditional chords sound like so you can mix and match. Now let's give you a drum pattern and then we'll bring you out of this lesson. 2, now we're up in A flat, and we're going to speed up the tempo because a lot of churches love to really kick this song.